Hello and welcome to AstatorTV. It's been a while since I recorded a war selection replay review, so here it is. In the bottom right corner of the map, with the red color, from France, he is MaitreSel. In English, his name will translate to the Salt Master. I do not know if that would imply that he distributes a lot of salt or if he accumulates it. Maybe I should ask him on the French Discord. In any case, he recently came back to war selection after a very long break and already has peaked a few times into the ranked top 20 of this season. I remember playing against him several times a couple years ago when I was still learning the game. I expect he will likely be a little rusty. Is he ready to face his powerful opponent? At the top left of the map, with the lime green color, most likely from China, he is
清风
which matches the QF initials and will translate to a cool breeze. He has been holding a spot in the top 5 of the ladder for this entire season. You might not recognize him because of prior name changes, but he's an experienced player. Both players are currently exploring the map with their Pathfinder unit. Yes, this is the new name of the Stone Age Scout unit. This map seems to have an average distance between the two symmetrical starting locations. The available wood is kinda limited, but there is a lot of easily accessible metal and 2 nearby stone deposits. QF is constructing fight pits and training warriors. He decided on the location of his stonecutter and temple buildings. It looks like he might be planning on training only 8 more Stone Age workers for now. Aggressive players sometimes do that to save more population space for their military units. A fourth fight pit is under construction. Warriors should do well on such a map layout, because there is plenty of space to maneuver around the front of the bases and the exposed wood patches. MaitreSel has completed his temple first. He is selecting Europe. He is collecting food from the very efficient fish deposits. The plentiful food bank will be very useful for the expensive European Bronze Age transition. He is just now getting a few fight pits. The buildings are laid out in the shape of a defensive semicircle. The army from QF is crossing the center of the map. He has 14 warriors, but some of them have been damaged by wild animals. That is the disadvantage of being the attacker. MaitreSel currently does not have a lot to defend. There are only a handful of unupgraded slingers. The warriors are about to assault the base. They are charging into the workers. The workers are fighting back in melee combat. But some will die from suffering this much damage. This ended up costing only 3 deaths, but it also delayed the transition to the farm. MaitreSel is electing to use a wall to complete his defensive position on the south side. QF's attack did succeed in disturbing the transition. Such distraction could be the cause of the current population cap. The slingers took revenge on the enemy Pathfinder. In the chronology chart, we see MaitreSel with 49 workers, QF has 43. A few warriors are approaching the base to check if the slingers are still defending. MaitreSel has sent a small workers expedition toward a more abundant woodline. QF is in the process of transitioning to the Bronze Age of Asia. He did get the population upgrade and the first fisher already. He is at 67 population out of 81. Meanwhile, MaitreSel is struggling for food. Unfortunately for him, this is stalling the production at the Elder's house and the pier. A lone brave slinger is going to scout. This prolonged lack of food is going to significantly slow down MaitreSel. Let's go back to see what the exploring slinger is spotting. Although a tiger spotted him too, he did not get in range to see the army of QF that is approaching. There are 25 warriors and 6 workers. The other slingers are exiting the base to perhaps try to find out what happened to their friend that never returned home. We see in the top center bar that QF has started researching Iron Age, while MaitreSel is upgrading his last Stone Age building. QF is at 40% progress toward Iron Age. Oh, here it seemed this local cow decided to deny the permit to construct a warehouse. The slingers are avenging their fallen friend by eliminating the center tigers. But here is a more serious threat. A proxy base of 5 shooting ranges under construction by QF. An exposed house is being cleared. The slingers have found something else. Hey guys, it's not supposed to be the workers chasing infantry. It's supposed to be the other way around. Here we go. Let's go look at the Eastern Front. Just as QF is sending his warriors to assault the wall of houses, MaitreSel currently has little military. He has to prevent his opponent from entering his economy. QF is attacking on multiple sides. All workers are sent for emergency repairs. Will the repairs save the wall? The warriors are taking damage from the Guardian Towers. The defense will hold for now. QF has started training archers and constructing offensive towers. He is concentrating the pressure around the iron deposit. Unfortunately, some of the archers from MaitreSel are spawning on the wrong side of the barracks. This is due to a rally point bug that was introduced in the latest patch. Let's hope that this will receive a fix very soon. The Asia Guardian Towers are now denying harvesting from this iron deposit, and QF is expanding his containment to the north side. At home, he is researching the upgrade for the increased territory vision. He selected the medieval age of East Asia after this. MaitreSel is already on the way to medieval ages. He selected Western Europe. However, his metal resources are getting very low, and the wall of houses is getting damaged by the towers. Now, with vision of almost the entire map, QF is able to spot this previously hidden camp. It is producing very important income for MaitreSel, but he would need at least 2 towers to hope defending it. This is also the last opportunity to get an Iron Age stable producing rams to contest the offensive towers. Medieval Age of Western Europe about to be completed. QF is 30% behind. One house of the wall is destroyed, opening a breach. MaitreSel is struggling to find places to harvest materials. At least the red workers have successfully evacuated the hidden outpost. The archers from QF have penetrated the base. Some of them are heavy archers, but they do not have the armor upgrade. The 4 longbowmen on the top of the European Guild Hall should do well on defense. The workers can contribute too, but only because the heavy archers are lacking the armor upgrade. Here is a nice snipe to finish a boat. Both players upgraded 3 towers to their medieval version. The ranged attack upgrade at the forge will make the European tower even stronger. Onagers are in production, and a fort is upgrading to a shooting range. MaitreSel quickly needs to break this containment so that he can at least regain control of this iron deposit and the nearby wood patch. QF is currently low on food because he just completed his population limit increase. He already has 5 medieval barracks and a medieval pier on the south coast. The first springhole is approaching to siege one of the towers. QF is using workers to repair it. Another house of MaitreSel is destroyed and he is now population capped. He is upgrading his archers to longbowmen, but he quickly needs to rebuild houses to get the onagers from the workshops. The front tower is very damaged. Workers are trying to save it. QF is moving forward. Ouch, big springhole hit on the workers. One of the springhole goes down. The first onager is out. Nice volley hit. But QF is reacting quickly and charges deeper inside. The first onager got sniped. The second onager is exposed. The workers are rushing to repair. Amazing clutch save by MaitreSel on this very important onager. QF lost several archers in the process. This onager is the best hope to break the containment. QF is now using a longer range rocket cannon. Those barracks should be producing archers even if it's just for fodder. Tower is very close from going down. A third onager is entering the action. QF has a big wave of melee medieval units crossing the map. Onagers and longbowmen were a very popular combination a couple years ago. But 13 longbowmen will be too few at this point of the game. The choice of playing Western Europe was probably too ambitious in this map position. Their optimal playstyle requires access to a lot of material resource. The northern wall is under heavy attack, and the army is busy elsewhere. A big gap just opened. The workers are running. Sorry guys, this will not be one of those crazy unexpected comeback game. It is a victory for QF. His strategy was well adapted to the layout of this map. So you might have noticed that I casted this entire replay at double speed. This was an intentional experiment. Did you guys enjoy the faster pace or do you prefer the usual partly slower pace? Please let me know in the comments. To further increase your motivation to play more war selection, here is my new hype music and visuals.